driving home from work and I passed a farm where they were working the fields, I guess cultivating, and there was a lot of dust just everywhere. And I'll show it in this picture here. And I quickly took this picture and was like, we got to get this in game because this is amazing. We got to figure this out. So I shared the idea with Sage, and we kind of brainstormed a little bit. And that night, he had a mod that increased the amount of dust from plowing. And of course, we can't leave anything alone, so he continued to work on it and work on it and work on it, add all kinds of different features and ability to change all the different amounts of dust and all that good stuff. And well, we ended up releasing Dusty Lands for FS22, and for a script mod, it did really well. We had over 1 million downloads on a script mod. Best mod we've ever done. Sage did a killer job on it, and it was just awesome. Well, here we are in FS25. Life happened, and we all got busy. I'm working on a bunch of projects. Sage is working on a bunch of projects, and Taz is working on this, and just not a lot of attention being able to be put towards converting the mod. Well, I started to kind of tinker with it and figure out how it worked and convert it to FS25. I got it working somewhat, but I'm not going to push something out there that's not completely done correctly, right? Until lately, it's been kind of sitting on the back burner and kind of tinkering with it when I have time. And well, we're getting closer to what we think is a stable version. We still got a bunch of testing to do, but I'll go ahead and show it off. So yeah, it's pretty cool how something so simple can start out just by driving by and being like, ooh, that's neat, we need that. You know, because when it's real dry, it gets really dusty. So, Dusty Lands extension. Perfect, right? Well, let's check it out. Okay, here we have our planter, which this is a 1X, but I think I have it in the settings within the menu. Let's go take a look at that. Here, settings. General settings. Now, my current challenge is, you know how you can kind of go through these? Well, it's not going down to these. So I got to figure that out. And once I figure that out, we'll be golden. It looks like our multiplier is missing right here for whatever reason. But anyway, I've still got to figure all this out, get these set. These are obviously all over the place. And that's not going to work for us. So once I get this part figured out, the mod should be just about ready. We'll do some more testing to make sure all the settings are actually doing what we're telling them to do. And then it should be ready for release. So yeah, I believe I've got everything turned up and it's just the settings are not properly coming across. So that's something we're working on. Anyway, so this would be at 1 scale, but in the settings, I believe I've got it bumped up a good bit. But you know, that's a pretty good bit of dust there. Not bad, right? Well, we can decrease it if we wanted to. Now that it's stopped, of course. But we've got the keybind up here, which in this case, it's the, what do you call those? Brackets. See how it's changing up in the top left there? Increasing, decreasing. So, default bind should be shift, comma, left shift, period, if I remember right. I accidentally changed it on my end when I was working on it. Okay, so as you see there, a little bit of dust. That's kind of close to what default is, right? Just bump it all the way up. Oh, of course it stopped. Where's the AI gonna go next? Drop it down. Come on, you can do it. Alright, let's bump it all the way up. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Crazy how much dust that thing can put off. Alright, here we have a harvester. And I believe I've got the dust turned up. Yeah. Alright, so the dust is at max. And this one really puts off quite the cloud. You can almost disappear in it. Here we have a few different tools. Got our plow and cultivator and all that. The plow does actually put off dust as well. It's whatever you want to set it to, I guess. So you can kind of adjust each individual tool type on how you want it to generate the dust. So you can make it as unrealistic or as realistic as you want it. So yeah, at max, it really does put off quite the cloud. Quite the cloud. Look at that. Got a little bit of linger to it. What's this, potato? There we go. This one puts off a good bit of dust. Now, unfortunately, this is kind of a generic dust color. I want to go with like a more, I don't know, I guess a color that kind of goes more with the crop type or what have you. Also, really like to figure out, it's not doing it now, but sometimes the logos kind of shine through the dust. That's weird. So yeah, you can leave a nice little trail with that. This one's a, what was that? I guess it's a sugar beet. Yeah, sugar beet. I'm blind. This is potato. I want to say this one's working as well. It puts off a good bit of dust, as you can see. Funny because I just cut the grass so I can taste the dust. It's weird. Okay. What is this? Peas? No, carrots. I want to say this one's working as well. Oop, lower back down. I think I missed a spot. Yep. See, we got a good bit of dust coming off that. This one I'm still working on. Something's not cooperating, so spinach doesn't like to put dust off. Oh, we can do our regular wheel dust. Let me see here. This car pass. Put the U-turn. Let's go on the main road here. Oops. Am I zoomed all the way out? I am. I think that road's long enough that this will work. Actually, we'll go down this other road. speed going here. There it goes. I think I can bump that up higher. There we go. Look at that. Now that's at max. Now keep in mind, once you do get this, it depends on your PC abilities. Now the downside is, once you cross into a different texture, it's automatically going to change the dust to that new color. Goodness, look at that. So yeah, you can really crank that up and leave quite the the dust. Goodness. Love it. And of course you can bump it down and adjust it to how you prefer it. Now the faster you go, the longer, you know, it kind of leaves a little bit of a trail or whatever there. I haven't quite figured that out. I would like it to have the dust closer to the wheels, so it looks like it's coming from the vehicle. So I guess on the faster ones it's kind of got a little bit of a delay to it, but it'll catch up to it. Alright, here we have the mower. This one puts off some, whoop, dark. Back up a little bit. Darker dust, I guess. There we go, there's some of the dust. Which I think a darker bit is from the grass color. Goodness. Yeah, so this will really test your PC. Oh man, I've got a 40 series card and my PC's probably whistling right now. Got my headset on so I can't hear it. Yeah, look at that. All kinds of dust. Tethers and windrowers and the baler will put off some dust. We'll go ahead and run the baler real quick. These put off some good dust, but the baler's kind of so-so. Let's do the line. Let's jump around these guys. Nope, look at that. That's wheel dust, though. Yeah, it still puts off a good amount of dust. The trees. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And of course, you know, adjust it. I'm going to say that a lot, apparently. Now, one thing that's different from... Where's that other one? Oh, there it is. Now, in 22, I want to say these didn't really put off that much dust. If I remember right. Was it not over? I selected that's fine. I was able to figure out how to inject dust into the headers on these. So it really does a number. Now, I do want to figure out the logo issue. Yeah, it kind of shines through the dust. Would like to figure that out. But yeah, these will really put off some dust now. And the cool thing is, if we jump over to the other one, which is somewhere. Oh, there it is. Probably should have just went the other way. Nope. There we go. Now the dust will cover the width of the head. It's got a little delay there, but guess it's just the way the game generates the dust. Which I'm sure we'll keep tinkering with it as we get feedback from you guys and all that good stuff to improve it. But yeah. Porch harvesters now have dust. So we're close. We're getting there. We'll go ahead and hire this. That way we can just watch it. But yeah, so we're getting close. The Dusty Lands is almost ready for you guys. We got a couple little things to. Is it gonna go? A couple little things to finish up, and then we'll send it to Giants and see how it goes. But yeah, we're getting there. Sorry this one took forever. I know it's one of our more requested mods, but just got a lot going on. But yeah, pretty cool. I guess this worker's not going to work. But anyway, we'll go ahead and end it off there. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and let me know what you think.